Oh, good afternoon, everyone. How you doing? Welcome back to Michigan Avenue. Happy Friday. Hope you're having a good one. We'll wait to cross the street here at Lake in Michigan. I'm gonna walk in Garland Court, probably go down the alley there so we can connect to Lower Michigan Avenue, and then we'll cross the river over there by the Wrigley building there where we're looking at, and we'll check out Billy Goat's at lunchtime, see if there's a Friday lunch crowd. Hey Kitty, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Happy Friday. Wes, how you doing? Welcome back to YouTube. There, we'll cross the street, and yeah, I'm trying to think of the other places we can go that we haven't done on YouTube. I've been to Eataly many times on TikTok, as we know, but we'll see what it looks like in widescreen. But on the way, I figure we'll stop at Billy Goat's. We'll walk through this alley, Garland Court, to get to, it's an interesting way to connect with Lower Michigan Avenue here from Lake Street. There's the L going by. Welcome to Chicago Scenes of the City. May, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And yeah, Billy Goat's is a fun, interesting place. People were asking me if there's any more retail establishments and restaurants in Lower Michigan Avenue, and I don't really know of any other ones besides Billy Goat's. Does anybody else know of any other things that are down there? It would be interesting if more places would locate. And here we are at Garland Court. This is what I'm talking about. We'll go by the tour buses here. There's all the tour buses that, I guess, probably because of Chicago, the Chicago Theater, a lot of tour buses kind of queue up here. Sometimes they park on Lake Street. We see the tour buses for the acts that are playing at the Chicago Theater usually line up there on Lake Street, but sometimes they can't get a parking spot on Lake Street. So, hey, AC, Anita, how's it going? Annette Parker, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Happy Friday from Chicago. I think you know where we're at here. There's the, we'll go right underneath the former Chicago Automobile Association building. That's that tall, slender building. Here's the alley that connects up to the Jewelers building, and we'll get a better view of the Jewelers building once we get down there. Look at all these buses parked up. That's what we were talking about. There's buses here, there's buses here. I think these are tour buses for whatever acts are playing at the Chicago Theater. And how's everybody doing? Yeah, we'll go check out Billy Goat's here. Let me get the camera straight. We're always trying to get the camera straight here. Well, look at let me make sure no one's coming behind me here. Look at the Chicago Motor Association, the predecessor of the AAA there. Here's Wacker Place. This is Lower Wacker. But really, Wacker is that way, Lower Wacker Drive. This is actually underneath Water Street. We've gone here before. You see, it's basically, to me, I consider it like an exit ramp from Wacker Drive. And I'm always amazed. That's security right there. The amount of traffic. You think you're, you know, in an abandoned alley where nothing's going on. Look, there's a food truck down here. It's an active delivery zone. There's always cars driving through here. And yeah, happy Friday, Anita. Yeah. Hello. Yeah. But look at this. This is why I like to start, especially if we're going to Billy Goat's and if I'm leaving from work. This amazingly dense alley. There's the Royal Sonesta, there's the Mather Tower. Of course, the Mather Tower, the tall, slender building to the right. It was built in 1928, right before the Great Depression here in America. And, you know, it was a worldwide depression, you know, but mainly with the stock market crash here in 1929. There's a better view to the Jewelers building. See, we're behind the, and of course I've been down here many times before. You can clearly see where the lower level, that's where Water Street, the raised streets here in Chicago. There's interesting murals all back in here, and of course we got this posted on TikTok. it took off on TikTok. I mean, mainly because of these great murals back here. People seem to find it interesting. Here, this is what I'm talking about. There's a truck driving through here, so we'll let this truck through. And while we're waiting, I'll show back this way, you know, what we were filming before. This kind of open area here. And we'll see if this truck goes by. Yeah, it's going by good. So, look at these murals back here. Look at this script, you know, and yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why these are back here. I guess because no one removes them, and so the artists that practice these murals and you know, they're signed. They're signed, so maybe they get permission from the establishments to put this back here. I don't know why these are back here. But I find them interesting that they're back here, especially this one because of Heath Ledger, and he played the Joker, of course. And around there, maybe someone can help me out with the artwork here. Hubert, how's it going? Yeah, I'm trying to, at least once a day at lunchtime, put a video up on YouTube. Thanks for tuning in and being my great audience here on YouTube, because it's great to have feedback in real time, and I'm glad you enjoy it. Thanks for tuning in. You know, and it's good for me to take breaks from the office, you know, and walk around, and I discover new stuff just like you when we go through here. People turn me on to different things here, different ideas of where to go here. It's easy for me to walk to in my lunch hour breaks, but you see how this, you know, there's this 333 North Michigan building behind here, where we're down. This no longer becomes Garland Court when it makes the corner. You see how it connects right with Lower Michigan Avenue. People are fascinated with these multi-level streets here in Chicago. Everybody mistakenly thinks that they support the buildings. They don't support the buildings. They just support the roadway. All the buildings have their own separate foundation. See, they call this McChesney Court. So this is McChesney Court that connects with Garland Court. And you see there's not a sidewalk on this side, so we'll quickly head up, try not to get run over before a car turns the corner there. You see there's places to park behind fencing and stuff. A lot of people. Hey, we got the light here, so we'll cross the street here. This is Wanker Drive we're crossing here at Michigan on the south end of the Michigan Avenue Bridge. This is the Michigan Avenue Bridge across the Chicago River, so we'll get views to the Chicago River. We've been here before. I think you know where we're at. Look, someone left a divvy bike right there. That's probably, hopefully no one's getting charged for that bike. Daniel, how's it going? Yeah, happy Friday. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hitting the thumbs up. Appreciate it. See, look at that. There's the water taxi. I thought we were underground. How were you above a river? Look, here's the River Walk. Great view to the Marina Towers, Trump Tower, water taxi going by there. Yeah, underground traffic. I know, you hear them making all that noise. It's always, cars love to make noise, you know. Some cars, you know, motorcycles. Getting on the Windella boat there. They're about ready to cast off there. The Linnea is going to take a lunch cruise. There's a guy in a suit riding a scooter. That's nice. Be creative. How's it going? Dolores, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Welcome. Yeah. Thanks everybody for tuning in. There's people going on a lunchtime cruise. They're looking at me walking across the bridge here. Say hello. There's a pontoon boat. Yeah, look at that view. Underground traffic. Hey, let's head over to Billy Goats and see if anybody's having a burger over there. Cheeseburger, cheeseburger, cheeseburger. Yeah, they just... Kenny, thanks for tuning in on YouTube. Thanks for finding us here. Yeah, I appreciate it. Isn't it nice, Kenny? You can see your flash. Chris does that, you know, and it's pretty good resolution. It's easier. Sometimes you can have it on your phone for comments and throw it on the TV at the same time. But thanks for tuning in, Kenny. Appreciate it. And see, we'll rush to get across the street here. You know where we're at because you were, I think, Kenny, I think you were I got a lot of TikToks on Billy Goats, but I don't know if I have many YouTube videos. So this all goes to the live recording of the live stream here on YouTube. We'll check out Billy Goats Tavern here. Of course, you can go up to Michigan Avenue right there. Here's Billy Goats Tavern, and we'll probably exit up there. So I'll show people once we get out of here. I smell the burgers. Cheeseburger, cheeseburger, cheeseburger. Wes? Yeah, there's still a Billy Goats on Navy Pier. Good point. Yeah, I think there's a Billy Goats over by the United Center. There's a Billy Goats at Navy Pier. This is the original Billy Goats, which is the cheeseburger, cheeseburger, cheeseburger. Of course, the original location, and of course famous for putting the curse on the Cubs in the 40s, I think, when they kicked his goat out of Wrigley Field. And then of course Saturday Night Live, they had a skit in the 70s, late 70s, early 80s, cheeseburger, 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 with the great John Belushi. Let's head in here and let's see what's happening. Yeah, there's a lunch crowd. So welcome to Billy Goats. Welcome to Chicago. Look at this, yeah. It's sitting full. You can sit at the bar right here. They got a full bar. They got all the great pictures. What I like so much is the pictures. And here, we'll head through here. I like going to this back room because they got so many great pictures on the wall. Of this is a modern picture of the goat. Look, Stan Mikita. That's awesome. Look, Dick, all these people eating here. They got all the stuff on the walls with John Belushi, you know, the original owner, you know, and well, this is later, you know. And Saturday Night Live people. Look at everybody sitting at the bar. Look at how many people are here on a Friday getting burgers, double cheese. Yeah, we just cruised through here. I'm glad to see they got this back area. Let's go back here and let's check this out. There's a lot of swag and stuff here. So if you just join, we're in the Billy Goats here, Billy Goats Tavern. Here they got this extra bar in the back here. They don't open this up all the time. They got this extra bar in the back here. They got a bunch of memorabilia, like the old telephones. Look at that, the old rotary phones. There's the original owner with the original goat, and of course, you know, famously they kicked him out of Wrigley Field, so he put the curse on the Cubs. Look at all the buttons. Look at all the historic presidential buttons. LBJ, Hubert Humphrey, Richard Nixon, Jimmy Carter, RFK, Harold Washington. Look at that. Look at all these buttons you can go to. Adlai Stevenson, Geraldine Ferraro, Jesse Jackson. Yeah, look at all these great buttons. All the way back to like the 1800s. They got Taft, you know. Look at that. Daily. Look at the little bobbleheads. Well, here we are in Billy Goats. Look, they got, yeah, all the. Isn't that nice? Yeah, look at this collection. Look at this collection of. These are historical. The buttons. They got all like kinds of media press passes. Of course, Mike Royko used to come down here. He worked for the Tribune, and that's what some of these. He played for the softball teams that used to play for the Billy Goats, you know, the 16-inch Chicago softball teams. I would like to spend more time there because they got so much kitsch on the wall, but there's so many, it's so crowded in there, I don't want to disturb the people eating. So thanks for coming along for the little cruise. We'll do that again. I'm glad my connection held up, and thanks for coming along the little tour of Billy Goats. Isn't it nice? People are it's still there. You know, we've lost so many good restaurants and stuff. And here we'll head right up to Michigan Avenue. So I'll show you what the relationship to how easy it is to get to this from North Michigan Avenue. If you're in Chicago, as most of you are, you right across from the Tribune. That's the Tribune where the newspaper used to be. This is North Michigan Avenue. The Chicago River's right there. This is where you go down to the Billy Goats. You see how there's a little plaque? There's a little plaque on the stairwell. And we'll just head up Michigan a little bit, and we'll go over towards Eataly here. Hey, thanks. How's it going, Sandra? How you doing? Thanks for waving. Yeah, Mike Royko. Mike Royko. He used to work in the city desk for the Chicago Tribune. That's the Tribune newspaper building. Now it's condos. And WGN used to have the radio station right there on the corner, the broadcast, but they moved it. And that's why he used to hang out there. That was his local dive bar. You go there and talk to your local newspaper writer that wrote columns in the Tribune that was like nationally syndicated. You know, I guess he did the city desk just for Chicago, but yeah. So there's all this great local Chicago history. There's a local dancer right there. They do break dancing and stuff. And you don't make sure you don't walk on the map or they'll make you dance. It's nice. Yeah, did you see that, Anita? Yeah, it's in the lower levels. It's been there since the 40s. It's been there since the 1940s, the Billy Goat Tavern. Of course, there's many you can go to Navy Pier. They use the brand. I think there's another Billy Goats over by Ogden in the West Loop over by the United Center, and there might be some other locations throughout the city, Billy Goats. I don't know if there's any at the airports. Isn't that nice? Yeah. Yeah, Tara, you worked in the newspaper business? Yeah. Yeah, see, hangouts. That's where you get some of your best scoops, right? You talk and meet with people in the local community. That's great, dude. Thanks for working for the newspaper. Look, we'll zoom in. There's the crowds on Michigan Avenue at lunchtime. Isn't it nice to see there are people actually walking around here in the city? I like to do these long zooms when we're heading down here. We've done this before. We've walked through Nordstrom, but it's just an easy way for me to connect over to Eataly. We'll go cruise through Eataly. And let me make sure I'm zoomed all the way out here. Hold on a second here. There, yeah, I didn't think I was zoomed all the way out. We'll go into Nordstrom's here. And, yeah, hanging out some dives. Yeah, that's what happens when you're in the newspaper business. You hang out at the local dive there and see what's happening. But here, we'll leave. I'm trying to pan the camera around here. We'll leave Michigan Avenue here, and we'll head through, Nordstrom's here. I'm trying to control the camera here. It's different when it's landscape. And you see right when you come in here, we've done this before. You can either go up the escalators here to get to the upper levels. There's this atrium when you enter into the Nordstrom's Mall. That's what I call this. I don't know what it's officially called. They got this connection that connects up to Nordstrom's and Prada. We'll see if we see Omar. We saw him. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. The gentleman that we know that works for Prada. We see him sometimes. He was dressed in a nice suit. He was, I guess, a Prada suit or an Armani suit. He was up there in I don't know if he works security or works retail for Prada, but he stopped out to say hello when we were on Oak Street. There's a Prada on Oak Street, but then there's a Prada outlet here in the Nordstrom, and you see how you got Hugo Boss, Big City Optical. They got some stuff down. They got 4 levels up. Michigan Avenue used to have more of these malls, but of course retail's hurting now. Even the trend started away with brick and mortar retail. But yeah, the Trib, yeah, WGN Kitty Show, yeah. I think they Bozo the Clown and all that stuff. And yeah, the lunchtime little theater. That's amazing. I like that. Thanks for the good background. Thanks. Genkin Ilworth. I think that's you're running that together there. That's good. But here we'll go into Nordstrom's here. We'll just cruise through here. We'll try to get to Eataly because we'll just cruise there, see if Eataly's still there and what's happening over there. But look how busy Nordstrom's is. There's a lot of people shopping here. This is good to see. I'm not used to seeing it this busy. Usually when I walk through here, it's not that busy. We got all the shoes, plenty of shoes. They got all the makeup counter. You can try all the different. Look at those. Let's see what else we got here. And if you go up the escalator, there's a bar on the level above us. I think there's 4 levels of Nordstrom's here, and there's different stuff on different floors. I think the men's is up on the 2nd level there. This is mainly women's cosmetics and clothes and shoes, and of course they got more on different floors. There's the Prada I was talking about. There's Louis Vuitton. They got a presence here in the back, and we'll walk out the back here because you can connect right with. You can connect right with Wabash Avenue, and that's what we're going to do. But, you know, this is the Nordstrom's. Purses, yeah, they got purses. Yeah, look at all these purses. They got purses, and Prada's got purses. Let's see, Louis Vuitton's got purses. Yeah, purses all around. You got it. It's fine. But you can check it out online to see what they got here. I use it as a way. I use it as a way to walk through from Michigan Avenue to get to Wabash. It's a way to cross over Rush Street and connect. Yeah, yeah. The malls. See, the malls are dead nationwide. I mean, the malls are dying. You know, it's people shopping habits have changed. You know, and I understand. You know, it's just the world keeps changing, you know. And here we'll head across. Hey, how's it going? We'll head across the street here. We'll cross Wabash. Oops. So you see, we're on the other side of the tall Trump Tower there. This is Grand Avenue. There's the Eataly where we're gonna go. See, we just left the Nordstrom right there. Billy Goats was nice. Thanks for coming along for Billy Goats. We'll go by Uno's Pizzeria, and actually, I'm gonna cross back across here. I shouldn't have crossed the street because we're gonna go into Eataly. I just wanted to keep walking here. Yeah, waste that gas. He sped up, and you got to slow down at the next traffic light. It cracks me up. They were sending me a message. Yep, people are shopping online more. You're right, Nita. It's been going on since. It's just been accelerated by the past few years. But we'll see how it all ends up. You know, I mean, you saw there was a lot of people physically there inside the store. That's the busiest I've seen it, and I'll keep you posted during the holiday season to see if people actually shop there in person. You know, and. Yeah, we don't want all the retail to go away. You know, that's why I'm showing it. There's pizza, Uno's Pizzeria right there. Nice Chicago-style pizza joint. Here's the Bally's temporary casino. Such a beautiful building, the Medina Auditorium building here with the onion domes. And look at that! Wow, look at that! And we'll head right into Eataly here. Just cruise through here. We might go over towards there's a hotel on the other side of this. It has some interesting artwork usually in the lobby, and maybe we'll take a peek inside of the Grand Lux Cafe after we go through Eataly here. But here, let me do this so maybe we can cut this out later for YouTube here. So welcome to Chicago. Here we are at the intersection of Ohio and Wabash. There's the Medina Auditorium building. Historically is now the Bally's Casino. There's Uno's Pizzeria if you're looking for Chicago-style pizza. But we're outside of Eataly here. And of course there's Eataly's in many other cities. It's a chain. It started in Italy, and there's many, like I think in Paris, New York, Tokyo, many cities throughout North America. And this is the Chicago's version. It was once one of the largest Eataly's. I don't know if it still is. And here we are here on a Friday afternoon after lunchtime, and we'll just cruise through here. I'll show you what's on the first floor here right when you go in here. They got some grab and go stuff. They got a bunch of products from imported from Italy and other areas. You got some grab and go stuff in the fridge there. You got cash registers, and this is where we'll come down, but we'll go up the escalator here and give you a cruise of what's on the second floor here, and then we'll end up down. The desserts are finally at the end here. We'll come back down here and end up at this bar here. But welcome to Chicago, welcome to Eataly. We'll go up the escalator. I'll be able to look at the comments here when we get situated here. There, look at this. So we got life's too short not to drink well. There, that's a nice quote, and they got it in Italian right there. And then I think we head right up to where the wines are at here. And again, I'm not doing this. I'm not getting paid by Eataly to do this. I'm just, this has been here for 15 years or so, or 10 years at least. And it's kind of passe for people that live in Chicago. They're like, you go to Whole Foods Market or Mariano's, and they got pretty much the same stuff. But they do have some very unique specialty items from Italy that it's hard to find in other stores that aren't this big, that focus on imported items from Italy, especially, pastas, olive oils, different types of tomato sauces. There's the restroom, which is very important. I know, sometimes it's hard to find a reliable restroom. They got really nice restrooms here in Eataly, so if you're looking for a restroom and you're in the near north, if you're shopping, you could try that. I'm like George Costanza on Seinfeld. He knows where all the restrooms are in Manhattan. I try to know where all the public restrooms are in Chicago. There, look at that. You got the pizza and focaccia to go. And I'll expose how bad my Italian pronunciation is, just like my Spanish. But there, look at that, pear and chocolate. Yeah. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Am I still streaming okay? Good. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. I think this is they got the pasta restaurant back. See, they got all these little restaurants where, for lunch you can come, order your stuff, you can eat right here. All these people, you just like a food court, you can go to the restaurants, they'll prepare it in real time. They got pizza, they got wood, look at the wood-fired ovens they got right there. You can just, look at that. Yeah, they're pulling it out. That's awesome. And then we got, you can sit back here. It smells great. And here, we'll just cruise through here. And they got all these like kitchen areas where sometimes they have, I passed it by the wines, they have cooking classes where you can register for cooking classes. And they got all these kitchens where they're always making stuff, and you can make stuff and try out different stuff. Look at that. You can sit right at the bar there, and they'll make it right in front of you. And it's just amazing the cuisine and culinary options you got right here within this grocery store, which is also a restaurant, a food court. They got all the pasta, fresh made pasta. They roll it out. They got the machines right there. Look at that. Yeah, see? They got the meat market. Look at these meats. You go to the butcher's market here. Look at all this meat. Ribs. A rack of lamb. Look at that. Pork tenderloin. You got all these sauces. Look at the fish. Look at this fish. Fresh fish. Look at that. Red snapper, bass, salmon, all this stuff. Look at that. Then you can sit here. There's a wine bar right here. Isn't this nice? Yeah. I'm just giving. And of course, there's one of these in New York. I think there's one in Texas somewhere. There's one in probably Atlanta and the California cities. I'm sure San Francisco and LA has this. Does anybody know of any Eataly? Is there one in Boston, Tara? Is there an Eataly in Boston? I think there is. And maybe Philadelphia or Washington, D.C. Look at the cheese. $300 300 Italian and local cheeses. You get a wheel of cheese. You get a whole wheel of cheese here. Look at that. Look at these wheels of cheese. Where do you see wheels of cheese like that just sitting around? They got all the prosciutto, all kinds of cured meats, salami. Look at that. You got more cheese, little bread. There. Look at all this stuff. It's hanging right from above me there. I hit my head on it. Look at all this cheese. Look at that. Yeah, how's it going? Look at this. Yeah, this is nice. Thanks for tuning in. There's one in Toronto. Yeah, I know there's some in Canada. Yeah, probably Toronto, Vancouver, maybe Montreal. Yeah, I know Toronto. Yeah, that's good. Thanks for pointing that out. Thanks for pointing that out, Hubert. And then they got produce. They got a small produce area. It's not that large, but they got some nice stuff. Even flowers. Look, they got some plants. You get some cactus. But look at that. They got greens and cabbage and green beans and mushrooms and lettuce, or spinach. Some fresh fruits and vegetables. How's it going? How you doing? So we'll head down the escalator here. I want to show you the dessert counter. They got a wonderful dessert counter, and then we'll head back outside. I just wanted to give a brief overview, just like what we did for Billy Goats. Just cruise through here on our lunch. And oh, there is one in Boston. Good. That's what I thought, Tara. That's nice. And I know some of this stuff's expensive, but it's just nice to know that it's here in case you're looking for some specialty items for a special occasion. You could say we got some real imported foods here, and they got even you can buy Tupperware and stuff like that here. Here's the Italian pastries. How's it going? How you doing? That's great. That's awesome. Look at the wonderful pastries we got here. Look at that. This is my favorite. Look at these. They got the tortas. You got the tiramisu. More toros. You got the Bosco. You got all this tiramisu, little bitty, these rolled, chocolates. And look at the little raspberry stuff. It's a good thing I ate something before I went over here. I would be so hungry just looking at all this stuff. And then in the back here, they actually have another bar where you can get some alcoholic cocktails and beer and wine and all this stuff. And we'll head through the line here. But here's a brief overview of there. They got pizza. They even got. Oh, I can't turn the camera here. I'm trying to turn the camera. They got pizza by the slice. How's it going? They got pizza by the slice. So you just come in, quickly grab and go and get some pizza. So we'll head back outside. There's plenty of security in here. I see a lot of security by the door, so making sure people don't run outside with their cheese. But here, let's go check out the facade of the Medina Auditorium building, the temple, the Medina Temple Auditorium. It's just beautiful, and oh, you got to make a road trip later. That's good. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, Anita AC. And so yeah, you see we're right across from Pizzeria Uno. You can go get your Chicago style pizza. Check out Eataly. Look how fortunate Uno is. Uno was here before the casino, before Eataly, and now they got all these things where people go into, and then they can stop by and have a Chicago pie there, especially the casino. There's hotels down there, and I've been inside the casino, but I haven't filmed inside there because I'm respecting their no filming policy. I know that people have filmed there. I've seen TikToks where people go inside. It's beautiful inside. They got a rotunda, the beautiful interior that's been altered. It used to be an auditorium, and then when Bloomingdale's made it a furniture store, they significantly altered the interior before it became the casino. But this used to be where the Shriners had an auditorium. People tell me stories. They saw the Shriners Circus here back in the day. And this beautiful facade here, which is now the Bally's temporary casino, it's the historic Medina Temple Auditorium building here in Chicago. This classic, you know, it's neo Moroccan style with the onion domes, and it's almost like Middle Eastern, you know, the architectural style. And the Shriners love that. They were the same ones that commissioned the Chicago Athletic Club, which is the Intercontinental Hotel on Michigan Avenue that we pass by all the time. Yeah, they repurposed it. At least it's something. I always say something's better than nothing. Yeah, there's two domes. There's a dome. There's a dome there, and there's a dome there. The actual onion domes, and then there's a main rotunda in the center. If you go in there, there's a big atrium where you can look up and see the central dome. Here's Pizzeria Due's, which of course is the second Uno's. There was Uno's and then Due's, owned by the same guy from Texas originally that owned Uno's. There's the Waken Bakery. Since we're on YouTube, we can show it. On TikTok, I have shown that accidentally on TikTok, but I'm afraid to do it now because of what happened before with my account there. So, you know, TikTok's very sensitive. They even if I'm just walking by, they think I'm promoting it when I'm just like pointing out that it's there. I'm not promoting it. Just like a bar, I don't even drink. You know, here's Su Casa. It's the Mexican cantina right here, and this is owned by Uno's and Due's. When the original guy from Texas that started Uno's, his name escapes me. He wanted to open a Mexican restaurant. Oh, he wanted to. They put down the ramp there for the truck. That's what that loud noise was. He wanted to open a Mexican restaurant, but people in the 40s and 50s in Chicago didn't really like Mexican food, so he discovered deep dish pizza, and that's why Uno's took off. And Rudy Minotti, Lou Minotti's father, used to work for Uno's, the original, and then you know, so Uno's gave birth to Lou Minotti's, which is Rudy Minotti's son. And I'm sure I'm glossing over a bunch of stuff, trying to generalize it when I'm walking down the street. Here's Luray Fish Bar. Well, that used to be Lori's, and they're trying to lease it out. Look how they got that rendering on the side where they're actually showing like a roof deck on top of it. That's awesome. Look at that. I guess maybe they're trying to get somebody to make it a new restaurant. That would be interesting. Hey, how's it going, Sandra? How you doing? Thanks for waving. Angel, how you doing? Thanks for tuning. Sandra. Yeah, I don't want to get in trouble. You're right, Sandra. YouTube is much more forgiving than TikTok, but I got to get in the habit of not filming those establishments, even though they're legal in Illinois, because you're right. I'll accidentally do it on TikTok, and I don't want to lose my account again. And so I gotta, you know, I didn't go in there. I stayed on the outside. Here, we'll go. Let's check out the Grand Lux Cafe. This is another. People ask. It's a very touristy spot. Of course, it's a chain. There's many Grand Lux cafes all over the place. We'll see. I don't know if I can make it through here. We'll see if I can head up to the upper level here. But I've eaten here before. This is the Grand Lux Cafe. I always joke, it reminds me like I'm in a Las Vegas casino, because once you see the carpet scheme up here and the interior decorations, and people that, you know, a lot of people that stay on Michigan Avenue when they're traveling to Chicago, they like the Grand Lux Cafe. It's a nice central location here close to Michigan Avenue where, you know, you eat in these nice booths, you got nice views to, this is what reminds me of Las Vegas. They got like this, you can sit in that rotunda, which is beautiful, and then you got nice views of Michigan Avenue. You can sit right here by the window, which is nice. And look at the ceiling. It's like you're in a casino, and that's why I said it goes right, you know, it'll complement the Bally's temporary casino location. You can go to the Grand Lux Cafe here and have a drink or meal, you know. There goes right back to the kitchen. Let me see if I can take a peek inside this rotunda. It's just amazing. Here also, see that you can see this from Michigan Avenue. They light this up. Look at the nice ceiling there with the chandelier. You got this almost 270 degree or 180 degree round you know, look how nice this is. And now you can see right to Michigan Avenue. You can see over to the Tip Top Tap, the Allerton, and the John Hancock. And then look at this great mosaic they got on the ceiling here. And they light this up at night, and you can see this from Michigan Avenue. So, and then here's the bar. Here's the bar at the Grand Lux Cafe. Welcome to Chicago. We're just cruising through the Grand Lux Cafe. They got more seating over here. And I think since the escalator's broken, we'll head past the kitchen here. Restrooms are back this way, I think, or back behind the kitchen. There's more seating back that way. You see how Lori's is across the street here. We'll just head down the stairs because the escalator's not working for the down, but isn't that nice? Yeah. Yeah, so there's a Grand Lux Cafe in the Venetian. I thought there was one in Las Vegas. And no wonder it reminds me of Las Vegas. That's probably where it started, you know, the Venetian. I've been to the Venetian. It's a beautiful casino there in Las Vegas, yeah. But this is the Grand Lux Cafe here in Chicago. We're right on Ontario, just a half a block east of Michigan Avenue. We'll head right over to Michigan Avenue here, and we'll show you where it's at. Hey, I made it through there. I didn't know if they were. I'm sure they probably didn't want me just walking around there like I did, but I just went in there with confidence, and no one stopped me. So we got some nice footage of the Grand Lux Cafe there. Look at the RUI Hotel. That I want to cross Michigan Avenue and film the progress of the RUI Hotel. So let's cruise around here. Let's see what these shops are here. We go by this all the time. Yeah, just act like you own the place. Just walk in with authority. Say, hey, I'm with the health inspector. No, I wouldn't misrepresent myself. I say I'm a food critic. They give me a free meal. Here's the. You can go in here and get the bean. Here's the bean. They got nice little miniatures. They got little globes of Chicago. Here's a souvenir shop right on Michigan Avenue, right next to the Levi's store. Here's the Levi's store, which is great. Look at the mums. But what I'm waiting to cross the street here. Here, we'll zoom in. How's it going, Angel? That's great. Oh, that round room with the mural is great. I'm glad you were able to see that, because yeah, you could see, when we cross the street, we'll cross Michigan Avenue here, and I'll show you what that looks like from across the way. See, you know, there's here, I'm not zoomed all the way out here. Hold on, I got to make sure there we go. You zoom all the way out here. We'll cross Michigan Avenue. The light's about to change, but it's pretty busy on a Friday. It's good to see so many people out and about here. We'll cross Michigan Avenue here in Chicago, and there, we'll look down that way. Look at that. Yeah, the flowers are nice. Oh, I just missed, there were two cute dogs and a stroller, and I missed it because they were crossing the street there. But look at this RUI Hotel. They're building a new hotel right on Ontario, and it shows the confidence of a Spanish hotel firm to invest money post-pandemic in building a new hotel in Chicago. And people want to write us off like, you know, look at this, a 28-story hotel. It's being built mid-block, no parking, and it's a nice hotel chain from Spain, and it's been under construction all year. Look, it's really taking shape here. And once it's actually opened, I'll show you what the lobby looks like, but it's going to be another year or so, you know, before they get it finished. But and here's Garrett's Popcorn. Garrett's Popcorn. There's a Garrett's Popcorn location right here. Fall into Yum. Go to. It smells great. They pump the smells of the popcorn out here. You know. It's pretty loud by the construction site here. What time we got? 12:52. Okay, so I better start heading back to work here. So we'll take a right here. Actually, I'll go over to Columbus. We'll go over to Columbus because I want to get the view heading south on Columbus, and we'll cross the river at Columbus there. So here, this is St. Clair. let's see. So we go, yeah, we'll go a block down this way, and then we can cross the street here because they're blocking the traffic here. Yeah, Garrett's is great. They were pumping out the free smells there. I really could smell it. It was just so loud there. I was yelling over the construction noise. Yeah, the dogs. I missed it. There was 2 cute dogs in a stroller, and I saw it, but they were already by me, you know. And but there'll be other times. Baskin Robbins, Burrito Beach. Look how you can look right to the Prudential Tower there. And thanks everybody for tuning in our little lunchtime cruise on YouTube. We'll head down Ohio Street. This is Ohio Street. We'll cut over to Columbus, and I don't usually come this way, so we'll check out, see what's happening on Ohio Street. They got regular stuff, Jimmy John's, Taco Bell, Jersey Mike's. Sometimes that's good. Sometimes you just want a quick lunch and nothing fancy. Here's Japanese barbecue dining. Oh, look at that. Yeah, Japanese barbecue dining. And then there's a cafe up there. I don't know if it's on the... Oh, it's right here. There's a cafe right here. Look at all these restaurants. Floyd's Barber, Nails, UPS. Yeah, Dunkin's and Baskin. They're combining stores, just like a lot of KFCs and Taco Bells are combined now. I know. So Dunkin's combined with Baskin and Robbins. That's good. Get your donuts with your ice cream. Well, look how this is a really long building. Look how long this building is. It's you know, the streets get really long in Streeterville. They get long east-west, so you get these really long, narrow blocks. Man, it's a show place. Isn't it nice to see so many people on Michigan Avenue just in the middle of the day? That's nice for me to speak. Because all spring and last winter, the streets were empty because people were still not commuting downtown. And we got people coming for the summer tourist season. But now, look, there's Dal Thai restaurant. There's a Thai restaurant right there. I guess maybe you could sit up there. That's nice. Here, we'll head over to Columbus, and we should get some nice views to the skyline across the river, heading south here. Yeah, first time Baskin and Dunkin'. That's nice. Yeah, so if it's not in Massachusetts, you're right. Massachusetts is the birthplace of Dunkin' Donuts, or where there's the most. I know every time I go to the East Coast, Boston or New York City, there's a Dunkin' Donuts on every corner, you know. And we got them here in Chicago, of course, but it's because they're in the East Coast. And yeah, I guess I don't know. I guess they're different companies. I guess they just decided to co-locate since it's so close to Michigan Avenue there. But here we can head across the street here, and so yeah, there's a DoubleTree Hotel here. We're in Streeterville, so there's all the Northwestern hospitals and the Children's Hospital and the Women's Hospitals up that way. Here, this is some of the views I was talking about. You can see straight down to the Aqua. Hellman Jan designed this building right here on the corner before you passed. You see my gimbal's not cooperating. There we go. Look at that. So that's looking back towards Michigan Avenue. We'll cross the street here, and they got the left turn, but nobody's turning left, so we can go. But here we should get some nice views to the Aeon, the Aqua, the St. Regis. I keep wanting to call it Wanda Vista, but it's no longer called that. Yeah, see, Brandon, our friend Brandon, lives over that way, and we're heading south on Columbus. It becomes Fairbanks when we go further north, and so we're at the southern end of Streeterville. There's a Whole Foods market right there, so you got, for all these people that live around here, like Brandon, you got Whole Foods market right there. You got other grocery options. There's movie theaters over here, restaurants. But Streeterville is mainly residential. It's mainly residential towers with, you know, views to the lake and the skyline and things like that. But we had a good walk this morning. Thanks if anybody was on that. We had like several hundred people tuning in consistently throughout the morning, which was nice. And well, we saw some more Halloween decorations. We're still finding some good ones. Thanks for tuning in. I don't know what I'm going to do tonight. I haven't decided if I'm going to go west of the river over to West Town or Wicker Park, or if I'm just going to head home. It depends on how stressful work is in the afternoon. Ease into the weekend. Chicago has the most Dunkin' Donuts. Wow, look at that. New York 170. Yeah, thanks for researching that, Hubert. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, it's well, that's a lot of Dunkin' Donuts. That's great. That's amazing. Yeah, thanks for good information. I appreciate that, people. You know, we got all that information at our fingertips. You know, that's thanks for looking it up. People often ask me questions, and I'm like, help me out. Look it up, type it into a search engine, and then you can tell them it's the answer, because I would have to do the same thing. I would have to type it in. Here, we'll rush across the street here. The light's changing. But look, you can clearly see the lower level. See, you know how I say, remember how I always say that certain streets were raised. And people are like, what do you mean they were raised? This is the ground it's like a viaduct. It's like a bridge, but it's like and it doesn't support the buildings. The buildings have all their own foundations, and it connects the space in between the buildings. So you can see it there. This building has its own foundation. It goes down into the ground. The road has its own support system, and it just fills in the gap between the buildings. It's hard to the three-dimensional city, and the planning it took to stack everything and make sure everything connects. And that's why it's so confusing driving down there, because you get confused. If it's 3 levels, you're like, are we on the 2nd level or the 3rd? And your GPS doesn't work. But look at that great view to the Tribune Tower, the Onion Dome of the Intercontinental Hotel. And here's the NBC Tower. Yeah, there's actually a little terrain. I mean, we're rising because we're getting up to the bridge of the Chicago River. You got to get enough height to go across the river. And I was amazed when I first moved to Chicago, because I lived in Cincinnati before this, back in the 90s. And Cincinnati has a bunch of hills, and all the bridges across the Ohio River are 80 feet above the river. I mean, because the river can flood that much. And the bridges are really low to the river. And I was always amazed. I was like, I can't believe these bridges, like, we're going up to go over the river, and which you usually do on bridge approaches, like New Orleans, to go across the Mississippi. You go way up on a causeway to go over it, because there's ocean-going ships that go underneath that, But here we're in Chicago. We're on Columbus at North Water here. And once we get to the river, there'll be nice views to the skyline. And there we're seeing all the way over to Michigan Avenue there on the far right. We got the Aon building here. And this is the Sheridan Hotel. We're behind the Sheridan. You can go to Navy Pier that way in the Ogden Slip. We do that sometimes. This is looking back towards the Trump and the Marina Towers, the back side of the former Equitable building. And there's the University of Chicago has a building there, the Leisure Center. There you see the Tribune. The Tribune's over there. So that's where we were at when we were over by Billy Goat's. And here you can clearly see Columbus stays here. There's the top level of Wacker. There's the middle level of Wacker, and there's a level below this where they tow the cars. Be creative. Thank you. Thanks for tuning in. That's awesome. Look at that. Here, William Fahey. Huh. Jane Byrne was mayor when put that plaque up. There's a great view to the St. Regis, designed by Jeannie Gang. Look at these buildings here. So you get both the St. Regis and the Aqua were designed by Jeannie Gang, and then there's the Swiss Hotel. That's Harry Weiss designed that, and There's the Aeon. And then there's over to the Hyatt Hotel, those brown buildings. And these people are taking pictures of the river. We'll check out the river here. Yeah, we had a good lunch walk. Thanks for tuning in. 33 people, I appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. We got some new people that tuned in. Thanks for tuning in. And I hope I didn't freak anybody out by talking to you directly. I know that freaks me out. Sometimes I would try to tune into Vic Cohen or Major Hustler, and as soon as I tune in, they start talking to me, and I'd be like, "Oh, I just want to watch. I don't want to talk." You know, I know what it's like. Like, I just want to acknowledge that people are on here. So if we have a nice small group, which is nice, we can actually talk to each other and react in real time. It's nice. Sometimes, like this morning, it was great. I'm glad 500 people were tuning in, but I can't react to the comments. They're just flying. And then people are like, "You're not even reading the comments." I'm like, do you know what it's like walking down the street not trying to get hit by cars? Comments are flying by, and if you miss one, people are like, "You missed my comment," you know, and I'm like, "Sorry, you know, I'll get it next time." You know, I'm trying the best I can. Here, look, there's a tour bus. They get a nice tour of Lower Wacker Drive. Here you can clearly see the 3 levels of Wacker Drive here. Once we get on there's the lowest level. There's the lowest level of Wacker Drive. That's where they tow your cars. Here's the middle level, where if you get off of DuSable Lakeshore Drive, you come in here and then you go right around. It bypasses, takes you around the loop. That's Columbus. And then there's the upper level, which is where we're going to walk to. So we'll show you the upper level of Wacker Drive. Yeah, once you get lost on Lower Wacker, you're on your own. And that's why even I try to stream down there, and I can't keep a constant stream. It's frustrating, you know. And I know it's freaky when you don't have connection, you know. You just have to use your mental maps, get a compass. That's cool. Yeah, it's crowded going up and down the stairs here. Getting more exercise here. There's a great view towards Lake Michigan's that way. There goes a boat going by. There's the Wrigley Building, Trump, over to the Intercontinental Hotel. Here, let's check out this boat going underneath the bridge here. So we just crossed that. I know, I told you, hear me every day. I'm like, please follow my account on YouTube. We film at lunchtime in widescreen. And I know some people, they stay in the TikTok universe. I commend you, all you people, for starting YouTube accounts, or you already had YouTube accounts, and thanks for following me on YouTube. You know, it's a different experience. You know, it's widescreen, better resolution. You know, we have good conversations, and so here, I better get back to work here. So we'll walk down. We'll get your views back towards the Wrigley Building here, and we'll head back towards Michigan Avenue. But look, here's a great view of Streeterville as Columbus, as it becomes Fairbanks, and all the housing, and with the river. Thanks, Joe. Thanks for the compliment. I appreciate it. Yeah, we try to do the best we can. You know, somebody needs to cover Chicago. Vic Cohen does a good job, but there's so many people that cover New York more than Chicago, and you know, we're the other city. I know, you know, we're much smaller. You know, we're not as well known internationally. People are always confusing when I'm walking around. They're like, "Are you in New York?" I'm like, "No, this is Chicago." You know, people in New York would get offended if you called New York Chicago. I'm serious. They're like, "No way." You see how you got these grates that go down to let light and air down to the levels there for exhaust and stuff like that. Here, we'll cross the street here. We'll go up to the Hyatt Regency here. Yeah. Yeah, YouTube is different. Yeah, I'm still figuring out too. I don't know how the views and likes and thumbs up work. Not as many people live stream on YouTube, so Michael, have a great weekend. Appreciate it. Lisa, have a great weekend. I appreciate it. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Yeah, I started a little later. I didn't start until 12:10, so that's why I'm still on. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here really quickly. So here we'll wrap it up here at the police horse. They used to have these police horses and police dogs all around the city. They got a good collection of them here right in front of the Hyatt Regency Chicago. There you see the hotel behind us and the Aqua. But then right here on this nice plaza, look, they got the police horse and the police dog here, commemorating police dogs. And look at that, look how nice that, Paul Chicago. You know, they got this nice police dog statue here with the horse. And then they got another one over here. There's a second dog over here. These used to be all over the city, and you can find them in a few areas. I found a blue one. There's a blue dog over on Dearborn, I think. And we filmed that one as well, but isn't that nice? Yeah, good. Thanks, Sharon. Thanks, Kevin. Thanks, Lisa. Thanks, Anita. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Simasu, thanks for all watching on TikTok and all the gifts. I really appreciate it. And thanks for watching me on YouTube. Angel and Michael, everybody, thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate Hubert. And thanks, everybody. I really appreciate it. So we'll end it here at the horse. Have a great Friday. We'll see you tonight, later on TikTok, probably on my walk home. And we'll see what's happening then. Maybe we'll see some more Halloween decorations. Have a good day, everybody. Talk to you later from Chicago. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot, everybody. May, thanks for tuning in. And Jill, Daniel, Kenny, thanks everybody for tuning in. I really appreciate it.